and nuts. See that side?
Sure
When
nuts.
it's moved to the other side, just put that white block on the other side and it's very good. Try to the opposite this time. It's good. Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. My name is Jocelyn and my co-host is
Diana.
This is episode 263, in which case it's a Sunday afternoon, but I think both of us are slightly over caffeinated. So I don't know what you're going to get.
I'm definitely over sugared.
So
There were
am
chocolate chip
I.
pancakes this morning with syrup and fruit. I'm so sugared.
My sister dropped off baking yesterday, guys. I'm a single person with an entire banana loaf and a whole pan of blondies.
So you are also severely sugared, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, there's so much sugar in my system right now. Okay, so Diana's gonna let everyone know what we're gonna cover this week, and I'm going to sip my unsugared tea.
Okay. I don't know why I think I know the things.
You wrote the show
things
notes.
that I don't know anything today. We've got What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Woolly Workings, Wool Gathering, and Kniterature. I'm gonna have to start writing better notes because my notes are illegible to me.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my word.
Great. What? Yeah, word?
I forgot to give you your word.
Well, it'll be a surprise when we get to that part.
It's going to be a surprise.
I will
to
have,
everyone.
it'll be a cold read, cold open. I don't know. I'm going in cold. I don't know the word.
Oh, man, you guys. Okay. As for what's in my cup, I'm just drinking some Kenya Gold black tea today because I had my cup of turmeric ginger this morning and then I was off doing things, and now it's time for a little black tea. A little nice ye old basic black tea.
I have an Americano in my cute little Smarties cup that's as old as I am. It's perfect for Americanos because it's actually an 8-ounce mug.
It's true.
So I've got a double shot of Thunder Peel Espresso from Smile Tiger as an Americano. Highly sugared, soon to be highly caffeinated.
Oh, God. What have
It'll
you
be
done?
great. By the time we get to the unscripted Patreon ad with the word that I have to work in, it'll be hot garbage mess.
Excellent.
Everybody stay tuned.
That's what we're here for. All right. Price pans. I didn't really go anywhere this week. You may have seen on the national news, Manitoba kind of got hit with a blizzardy thing.
Yeah. So everybody kind of hunkered down, stayed warm.
Yep.
Cool.
Only went out if we had to.
Fair. I wore a couple things this week.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. We got to do a cut because I need to crack a window. I am melting to death.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yes.
I wore a couple of things this week.
Okay.
First of all, it was International Day of Pink on Wednesday.
Okay.
Which is the bullying awareness day. So you're supposed to wear pink as like, I stand against bullying because boys in pink shirts get bullied a lot. And so pink is the anti-bullying color because pink is a great color. I only own one like vaguely pink thing. So I wore my Comfort Fade cardi for that day.
Okay.
Not that I went anywhere. It was just for calls at work. Which really doesn't even help because the top part of my fade is gray. But I knew that I tried to wear pink.
Okay.
That was my attempt to wear pink. It's the pinkest thing I've got.
That's fair.
Short of a shawl, but it didn't seem like a shawl day. And then on a different day, which way is the front? This is the front. I wore my Steinkrieger sweater. This is quickly becoming my most worn sweater.
Because you're at the right temperature to go outside walking in it?
Yeah, well, so if I'm going to be inside, it's perfect with just a t-shirt underneath. If I want to go outside and it's like hovering around freezing, just put a long sleeve shirt underneath and it's great. It's neutrally colored, so it goes with absolutely everything, but it's fancy. So I feel super classy when I wear this. And even the bracelet length sleeves are like growing on me. I was kind of annoyed that the sleeves only come to they only come to about here on me. And I was initially pretty annoyed about that, but then it's like, but no, now I can wear like bracelets and watches and stuff. And so like I feel fancy when I wear my Steinkrieger. So this is very quickly becoming a favorite sweater. It was good. I'm gonna make another one. Definitely making another one in the inverted colors.
That makes sense. I need to finish my first one.
Highly recommend.
So much hair.
There. Oh no, my hair's stuck to my chair. Okay, we're good. Good. It's all good. It's all good. I have problems. Like if I lean back in this office chair with my hair down, it touches the floor enough that I run the risk of wheeling over my own hair.
Well, who let your hair get that long? You did. This is no one's fault but your own.
I know, but it's a weird problem to have. Or like I'll be wearing my shorts soon and then I'll wear my hair down one day and then suddenly something will be tickling the back of my knees and I'll be like, spiders! And no, it'll just be my own hair tickling the back of my knees.
Oh, I hope that happens and you're around me so I can look at you like you lost your mind.
Well, because sometimes it's a spider. Sometimes it actually is a spider. It's an old house. There's a lot of spiders. So sometimes it is a spider. But more often it's just my hair.
Delightful.
Anyway, that's my cool threads for the week.
Okay. I didn't go anywhere, guys. I saw the weather report and went, I can stay home. It's fine.
I didn't go anywhere either. I just went outside for a walk. So much going places.
I'm not counting the cardigans I just wear around the apartment or socks I wear around the apartment. I mean, my moon bow is literally hanging off the end of the one side of this chair. So obviously I've been wearing it.
I figure if it got seen on a work video call, it counts, because that's the equivalent of going to the office these days.
For you, yes, it is.
I figure it counts.
It totally counts. On the bright side, that means we get to move into what we've been working on.
We have the same number of projects this week.
I know, it's because I have stuff for check-in knitting I can't talk about.
And then next week you'll have a million things and I'll have like 2.
Well, you
this
don't
is how we roll.
suffer from cast-on-itis quite as badly as I do.
No, I generally don't know.
Can't take it. Hair has to go up.
Oh.
Oh, that's better.
Too warm.
Too warm. Guys, I'm literally sitting in an apartment in a summer dress. It's -6 outside, -4 outside. Too warm. All right, which case I'll go first because it always throws you off to go first.
It really does. Can't happen. You have to go first.
I have a sleeve. Look at the sleeve.
Ooh, sleeve. I'm going to close my window because some bros came outside and they're loud.
Oh, bros. Sorry for the traffic sounds, guys. I live near a busy road. Also, windows open. If we're lucky,
it will also be very warm very shortly.
God, yeah. I put the sleeve on last night and I'm just past my elbow.
Yay, progress.
And before anyone starts in on me, I am aware I push my sleeves up to my elbows. I am aware that I generally don't wear sleeves all the way down anyway. I could stop at elbow length sleeves. You are correct. It frustrates me to put my arm in a coat and have the sleeve bunch up because I cannot hang on to the end of the sleeve at my wrist.
That makes sense.
And it bugs me so bad that I don't wear elbow length sleeved anything, even though I am constantly pushing my sleeves up to my elbows. I hate trying to shove my hand up my arm under my coat to get a hold of the material that could be right up around your up near your biceps, right? And you're trying to get your hand all the way in around your elbow in a coat arm sleeve, which is not that big because it's really only designed to fit one arm, not two. To pull the fabric down. To pull the fabric down so it's not bunched up awkwardly.
Yeah.
I don't. So that severely limits the wearability of my shirts and stuff, unless they're short sleeved and capped and they're not going anywhere, or they're full sleeve. I'm not a fan. So I know I have to do a whole sleeve. I know I have to do a whole sleeve. So this is my first sleeve. From underarm to past my elbow is about 16 to 17 inches. I need like a 21 to 22-inch sleeve. So I'm still going. Still more to do.
Have fun on Sleeve Island.
I'm stuck here forever. My Widwows, which is my podcast anniversary knit, is made out of some delightful Northern Cardinal yarn from Erin of Fireweed Fabrica. And the pattern is by Tristan of Dragon Horde Designs. I am excited for a fingering weight sweater, even though I know it means I'm stuck doing these sleeves. Because I'm thinking I'll get more wear out of the fingering weight sweater. That's the hope. Anyway.
Hopefully, because you seem to make a lot of sweaters and then not wear them.
There's very limited options for sweaters and me. Like if I'm cold, I'll wear a sweater. If I'm taking the garbage and going outside, I'll wear a sweater. Like I'm still gonna make bulky sweaters. I'm still gonna enjoy them, but it's a narrow window. So I'm hoping the window for fingering weight is much wider.
Makes sense. Whereas for me, I'm cold basically all the time. So sweaters all the time.
I've also absolutely hardcore realized I'll wear cardigans because I can take them off and put them on all day long. Pullovers, not so much. So you'll see the new cast on where I went.
Crew neck pullovers is my jam right now. That is like the only kind of clothing I want to buy is crew neck pullovers.
Just crew neck alone, gross, no, but pullovers. This might be my last pullover for a good long while. Like the rest of the stuff I want to make sweater-wise this year might honestly be cardigans because I know I get more wear out of cardigans. I know I get more wear out of cardigans. So we shall see, as I say. On the bright side, that's not an insignificant amount of progress on a sleeve.
No, it is not. Suppose I should talk about a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish this cluster of the thing that I'm working on right this minute as we record.
Ooh.
I'm still working on it. Let me just pull that loop through quite a bit and then I can put the hook down. I am still working on the crochet granny square cardigan. Let me back up so I can fit this thing in frame.
It gets to be a really big rectangle and those rows start taking a good long while.
Yeah. Still
satisfying to crochet a granny square.
It is. It's just roundy, roundy, roundy. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's still not big enough. It needs to be to my elbows. Yep. I think.
Once you get it
taking forever.
It does. Once you get it to your elbows, you know what you should do?
Mm-hmm.
You know those clover stitch markers?
The clippy ones?
Yeah. Clip it into your hot dog shape and then try to put it on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I do. Then I decide whether or not it needs more or less.
Anyway, so we're getting there.
Because it might be down to your elbows, but you might put it on and decide that you need more depth in here.
Could be.
Yeah, so that's the
I could also solve the depth problem with I'm gonna do at least a small border.
That won't
just to clean up the edges.
Well, yeah, I mean a small border will clean up your edges, but if you want that nice drape effect, sometimes you need more depth this way. Yeah.
Anyway, mine is bigger. I'll try it on more. This is being done out of Cairn cakes in, I believe the colorway was blackberry souffle. This is all that is left of my second giant ball. It's gonna eat up 2 balls, isn't it? Wow, it's a good thing I have 3.
Yeah, like I said, if you bought 2 and said you were going to manage the whole cocoon cardigan with it, I would have started laughing at you and gone, yep, look forward to you going back and buying the 3rd one.
Yeah, so 3 of these. This is number 2. At this point, I figure I'll just go roundy until I run out of that, and that might just dictate how big it is.
That'll work.
Anyway, that's the fun roundy at the moment. And it's so fun and stripey. I like the stripes. So stripes.
I love a
Those
good
stripes are so
crochet
fun.
cocoon cardigan. It just looks so good. It just looks so good.
Stripes.
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 Crazy
It's
lady.
fashion.
Yep.
Right? How that
I
works.
feel like that should be the pose for the screenshot we should have done before we started recording.
Yep. I was having a similar thought. We can do it after.
Okay. Yeah. Whoopsies. I have made
Right.
some progress on my stripy sock. Check out that stripy sock.
I love the stripy sock. I want to make a stripy sock now.
This is how, yeah, well, I saw Erin making a stripy sock, which is how we ended up with me making a stripy sock because it's super cool. So it is using a skein of Sock Club yarn from this year. This is February's The Empress colorway, I believe, or January's Celestial Temple. Can't remember. It's one of the two. One of the two, guys. I don't have the ball band in the bag. Not totally sure. And it's not self-striping. I have two minis of the same color of pink. So I am striping the yarn.
It's freaking cute.
And
I
I
love
decided
that.
nails, and I decided
There we go.
I need to get her nails trimmed. I decided to change colors every 4 rounds. So that's the width of my stripe. And
It's so cute. I
had
love
two,
it.
2 balls of matching orange. So I'm going to have matching orange toes and heels.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good sock. I want a fun, colorful sock.
It's not quite a vanilla sock. It's not quite a pattern sock. And it's just, when I'm sitting and I'm like watching Critical Role or catching up on a podcast, it's perfect because I'm just counting to 4, which I can do with no problem. And going around a small circumference. It's quite nice. So I keep it right by the computer for when I've got a chance. It lives in my Erin Lane bag. Because of course it would. But my mini lives in a teacup.
Yarn bowl.
It's the perfect size bowl of yarn for a little bowl. It doesn't roll around too much. So it's not bopping out of the yarn bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But it keeps the yarn in there real nice. And it
It's
doesn't
like
have
my
a
little
huge foot. What is it?
my
Profile.
my little the little head that I took the picture of the other week.
Oh yeah.
My little plant pot
Yeah.
that I need to put dirt in because I actually have something really great to put in there.
Which
I have
is
a spiky succulent that it's gonna grow like octopus tentacles, so I'm gonna have like this Jane Austen bust, like tentacle hair. It's gonna be great.
You are a fruitcake, and I love it.
It's gonna be so ridiculous.
I did a little bit of work on my sock. Just a little.
Nice.
Just a couple of stripes. But I figure if I do several stripes a week, I will get to the foot before I know it, like the end of my foot. Guys, I have a 10-inch foot. There is a lot of foot left to knit before I am ready for a heel. Oh, I showed that one. So that's fine. And then of course I got distracted because I got gifted a new crochet sock pattern. And I'm like, oh, crochet socks.
Well, yeah.
And like yesterday was bad. Like our squirrel yesterday was high. I could not stay focused for the life of me. I could not stay focused. It was great. That was before
work on this thing. Work on that thing. Cast it on.
Before my sister dropped off banana bread.
You were pretty squirrel yesterday.
I was pretty squirrel yesterday. I was just all over the place. Before anyone asks, I've been warhammering, hence the band-aid. I've been crafting. And I stabbied my finger. You know, blood for the blood gods.
Right. You know, it's important to sacrifice to the crafting gods.
God, some days they are demanding creatures, those crafting gods.
Yeah.
Some days you're like, and
they can be.
I'm out. Again, out of Erin yarn, because I have a lot of Erin yarn and it's pretty, so I want to work in it.
Don't we all at this point?
Now that my cat's done trying to jump up on me, I can put my feet back up and lean back and be better in frame.
All right.
Well,
so time for a second thing,
guys. Time for a second.
Oh yeah. Okay. Also in the realm of crochet sweaters.
Things?
Yeah.
You never have 4 things.
I know, it was a weird week.
My brain just did that math.
Yeah, it took a while.
Oh, I'm on the ball today. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I apologize. I interrupted. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna sit here
Okay.
in the corner and all my intelligence and I gotta work on my sleeve. Oh my god.
I think you might have rolled a 3 on that intelligence check right there.
Oh yeah, yep, nope, I bombed that roll. Whoa. Okay.
Okay. So also in the realm of crochet sweaters, it's the Crochet Funfetti Bomber cardigan from Crochet with Carrie. It's a free pattern on her blog. So we have a back piece.
Yes, we do.
We have a front piece.
Gotcha.
We have a second front piece.
What?
And we have, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Hang on, it's buried under the other crochet. 1 second. And we have at least half a sleeve.
I love how that sleeve is bigger than your front panel.
Yeah, so these front panels are 16 stitches wide.
For a reason, like, because you're going to do a neckband, right? Which will increase
the
width.
So like it attaches like this, and then there's going to be like this much more going on for a neckband. So like
it's so funny.
There's more.
Yeah.
But the sleeves are designed to be like really baggy. So like
your front panel is smaller than your sleeve right now.
Yeah, it is. Oh, they're about the same height too at this point.
Oh gosh.
So, and I took out a couple stitches from the sleeve as well. I took out 2 stitches from the back panel. I'm doing the whole thing with a couple size smaller hook because that's what I had, and that seems like it's going to be fine.
Okay, you like your fabric?
Because I don't need.
You're getting the right dimensions to fit.
So the fabric's great. The dimensions are close enough because I didn't need 10 inches of positive ease. So I'm making the smallest size with, again, a smaller hook, and I'm taking a couple stitches out here and there just to make it a little bit smaller because I don't need 10 inches of positive ease. Like 4 is like lots.
10 inches is a lot of positive ease.
Yeah, so I took a couple out of the cuff so that when I seam it all up, I've got a really tight cuff because I like a really tight cuff.
You do.
And then if I hold this awkwardly, this then expands out to like this is my arm here, and then this expands out to here. So this is going to be a big billowy sleeve that goes all the way up to like here because my back panel does not come down to nearly my elbow, so I gotta go a bit higher to make sure that the sleeve is the proper length.
Oh.
So
it might be worthwhile seaming one of your front panels to your back panel and seaming up the side so that you can tell when you're done your sleeve.
The construction she has you do is attach. No, this way. Just pardon me a moment.
Yep.
She has you laid out flat and then attach the fronts to the back.
Yeah.
Back, singular. Yeah. Like this. And then lay the whole thing out flat so it makes like a weird U shape. And then seam the sleeves on flat as well. There's a picture and a YouTube video on the blog. I'm explaining it really badly. But essentially...
Well, our niche is bad explanations of any sort of
like I'm trying to hold things up, so like this really isn't working.
This is not the place to come for technical details or good food descriptions.
Yeah. So if you can imagine this being laid out on a table and not draped over my head, this is like the front and the back are attached like this. Oh no, it's falling off my head. And then explaining badly. And then you just attach the sleeve flat so everything's like a weird T shape, and then you just seam up the side and all the way down the arm all at once.
Okay.
Rather than trying to set your sleeve into a hole, you just attach your sleeve and then the side seam is just magically the right size for the hole because there was never a hole. It's just you've already sewed the fabric on.
No, I get.
I hope that made sense. I assume that it did not make sense. So please do go check out the blog link in the show notes because it makes so much more sense there. She's got schematics. She's got a link to her YouTube video where she explains the whole thing. It makes way more sense than all of the words that just came out of my face.
I don't know if it's because I'm really good at translating Diana, but like that made sense to my brain.
Okay. Well, I hope it made at least a little bit of sense. Anyway,
But we've been friends
I
long enough
have
that you and I
a back.
translate each other well.
I have a back, 2 fronts, and at least half a sleeve. So this is
Hey, you're making
coming
progress.
along great.
Making great
I have this much of my second ball left.
Whew.
Of the Karen big cakes, chunky cakes, the chunky cakes, I think. The Karen
Okay.
chunky cakes.
Yeah. For the bulky yarn, right?
Yeah. In Dolce, I really Dolce de leche. I really got to learn how to say this word.
Because it's a color
It's a
combo
dessert.
you like. It's a color
Yeah,
combo you
well,
like.
also it's a dessert involving caramelized dairy and sugar, which sounds delicious.
Yuck.
And it's beiges and browns and a gray, which is a color combo that I really like. And I'm making absolutely zero effort to line up all the stripes, by the way. You may have noticed I'm making no effort to line up any kind of stripes. They just land where they land, and that's how it is, and that's fine.
That's fine.
It's so squishy. Squishy.
You're excited to wear that, aren't you?
I'm so excited to wear this. It's
you know
gonna
what
be
I think it might look really good with?
What?
Some maxi summer dresses.
Don't have any of those, but I need some.
Well, duh, but I've been telling you for years you need maxi summer dresses.
Yes, and I'm going to buy some this year. Because we've learned that I won't actually get around to making them. So I'm just gonna buy some. And then maybe eventually one day I'll get around to making one.
Well, if you've got your sewing machine back.
I don't.
I go fly to visit you next year, and Mr. B asks me why I have like 4 suitcases. I'm like, well, I gotta take my sewing machine because she doesn't know where hers is yet. What? It's been on loan for almost 2 years, and I can't take it anymore. She's gotta get some sewing done. Squish. So I'm flying mine to her. Cat, right under my foot. Like I want to put my. Ow! Did you just bite me? You're rude.
Yes, how dare you put your feet in my sleeping place?
Give me back my sock. Ah, I had to put my foot down. I just got bit. I didn't even squish you hard. I could squish you hard. Just smush your little head, monster. Rude cat. She does the same thing when I get out of the bathtub too. Sleeps right on the floor mat and then gets mad when she gets wet. I'm
She likes being
the
wet.
tub.
She sleeps on wet towels though.
She likes damp towels under her, but she doesn't like herself being wet. I know it makes no sense. And for a cat, my cat's weird.
Your cat is very strange. Like even for a cat.
Even for a cat. She's the weirdest cat I've ever owned. I've owned a couple.
She's pretty strange.
She's a weird cat. In the same vein as Diana, with some Karen cake in the cotton cakes from your inspirations. Look at that muted colorway.
It's fun. It's like springy.
It's very springy. Do I know what colorway name this is? Nope. Can I look it up for you people? Oh, probably. I shall do so now. Please hold for talent. Open phone. I need my magnification app. Which brightens the screen. So I'm like, whoa. Why is it every time I try to read one of these things, I'm reading the ball band upside down?
You just like to make it extra challenging?
Every time. That's nice. They would like me to know it's 8.8 ounces or 250 grams. Helpful. Use the hashtag Karen Cakes on the on the social medias. Thank you. 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. Also good info. Sunset Dreams. So these 2 skeins were kindly gifted to me by the wonderful Susanna, who knows that I love cotton. It's true, I love cotton. So as we're getting into spring, and I have not worked on my spring mallow for the spring austerical.
Mhm.
Like, huge. I cast it on something else entirely. Of course I did.
Because of course.
Because, of course. I couldn't let Diana be the only person crocheting. Something about that
Well,
seems very, very wrong.
what is this? This is new.
This is the Weekend Love Tunic. So it is to be a baggy, oversized, drapey summer tunic you wear over tank tops with a mesh, with this
I
wonderful
love
mesh
it.
pattern. So it's literally 2 panels sewn together at the top, down the sides, to make a baggy kind of boxy tunicky thing you wear over top of tank tops. And I have capris. I don't have a ton, but I do have some. So I think this will look really good over top of my black tank top patterned capris that I like to wear a lot.
Yes.
So
That's so good.
So
I
the
love
Weekend
that.
Love Tunic is a DK weight crochet pattern that you can find on the Ravelry. It's free via blog. I did a little bit of math because, well, I can do the math. I'm not afraid of it. And I am making mine in worsted, not DK, which changed the hook size. So I fiddled around with the hook size till I got a drapey drape, like you do.
Mhm.
And then I fiddled around with the stitch count till I had the right number of stitches per inch. And then I cast it on. So I need to make one very long, big rectangular panel. And there needs to be 40 of these little window holes. And I now have what? 1, 2, 3, 4? I have 4. So,
It's gonna take a while.
it's not a short endeavor because it's a tunic length, which means it'll be long enough for me. But I don't care because it's going to be great. So I'm essentially eating up 1 ball per body panel because it's going to take the whole ball to get a tunic length for me. So that is, I had to do some sort of crochet. Like right now, it's like a weird face mask thing, but that's okay. I've been stuck at home too long, guys. Tuber repeats really simple. It uses treble crochets and half double crochets. Works out really lovely. I'm super worried I've made it too big. I know the math says I haven't. It's supposed to be drapey, and I need to just calm the girls down and follow the instructions. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully that's done so I can wear it sometime in May. Shouldn't take too long. Crochet generally doesn't take me as long as knitting does. And there's no sleeves. There's no sleeves.
Nice.
Because it's so
Best
big.
part.
You seam it up on the top. So you seam up your sides. And then you 2 top panels, you seam them up to make your neck hole. And then you seam up the sides till you have armholes. You're done. And you're
Done.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
Yeah. So super good. I'm very happy with it. I am made very little progress on it, but that's okay. It lives hanging off the back of my rocking chair, which is now my current use chair, and I have pulled out my retro CBC swag bag. Look at all that retroness. And it lives in there. I ended up getting the right gauge for my fabric on a 5mm hook, so which is good because the 5mm hook's a very nice comfy hook for worsted weight yarn for me. So I'll just put that back where I found it, which is hanging off the chair. You're up.
I'm up.
So
okay.
weird you have 4 projects. Holy schnickerdoodles.
It is weird. Okay, hang on. Let me just do this one stitch that's being difficult. Also, it has taken me the entire length of time that we've been recording to do not quite 1 round.
Yes.
They take a while.
The rounds take a while after a while.
Okay. I did not have enough space, so I put something on the floor somewhere. There we go.
I did
put
offer to not
places.
start recording till she got her end table, coffee
Yeah,
table. What are they? TV table trays?
Yeah, I should go grab one of those. For next time, not this time.
Sure.
Because it's too late. I decided I should probably work on my austerical.
Good idea.
Project, yeah. So I did precisely 4 rows. I worked on it. I think the thing, I figured something out while I was working on it. I put on all these pretty dangly stitch markers. Look at all these pretty dangly stitch markers.
Yeah, there's pretty.
And
They dangle.
yeah, I don't like dangly stitch markers when knitting flat because they're so dangly and you just have to like flip them back and forth out of the way, and like they're just annoying. And there's a lot of them on here right now to mark all of the increases and everything that's going on.
Yep.
So I think I have to swap out my pretty dangly ones for simpler ones that are easier to deal with.
I have
And
a
then I think maybe I
lot
will work on this more.
of really nice looking stitch markers. Do you know what I use? My clover stitch markers, because they
Yeah,
do the
right.
job and they don't get in the way.
Let me demonstrate just how much of this sweater is done. Precisely this much. It goes like this, and it does a V.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've knit approximately 2.5 inches.
Cool.
Sweater.
People might like to know what sweater you're knitting on for the austere call.
They might, yes.
Yep.
It is the Ursina. Yeah, it's the Ursina sweater by somebody. You know, let me just pull that up because that was pathetic. I'm sorry.
That's out of your organic blue cotton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The Ursina is by Jacqueline. I don't know if it's Jacqueline or Jacqueline. Sislack.
I don't know.
I'll link it.
I am the wrong.
I will link the
person to
pattern in the
ask.
show notes. Anyway, it's gonna look like this. It's a cropped long sleeve sweater for wearing on top of like skirts, dresses, and stuff. It'll be nice and springy. Mine's in this grayish blue, organic cotton from Blue Sky Fibers, I think. Do I have a ball band in here at all? I don't.
I think you said Blue Sky Fibers.
Yeah, I'm like 90% certain, but I don't know where my ball bands are. So, you know, I've got a whole bunch of these. Yeah. It is squishy cotton. I'm very excited about it. It's very soft. It's very soft. So yes, I think I just need, oh, my swatch is in here. Look at me being so organized. I think I just need to swap out the dangly stitch markers for some not dangly stitch markers, and I think this might actually go a lot faster. Do not pull the needles out because you made a questionable decision to wear your knit when it was only 3 inches long. Yeah. That's that. I knit on it a tiny bit, a whole 4 rows.
Mm-hmm.
That happened.
Gray's pants.
Yeah. Okay. Your turn.
My turn?
Your turn.
Just long enough for me to complete one side of a sleeve repeat. Oh, why are my arms so long? Oh. We're blaming Diana for this one.
What? Why? Oh, that one. Yes.
You enabled this.
I did. I will take the blame happily.
Your fault. It's not a problem, guys. I enable her 360 days a year. The last 4 or 5, she wants to return the favor. Super fair.
These crochet sweaters.
Fair.
These all crochet sweaters. I blame you.
All
particularly the cocoon cardigan, but really both of them.
Totally legit. Terribly happy to take that blame because crocheted garments are delightful. Delightful. So in this giant polka dot bag of polka dottedness, polka dots.
The polka dot bag of polka dotness?
Listen, it's got my favorite type of closure. Snap closure.
Ooh, is that one of the magnety snaps?
It is one of the magnety snaps.
I love the magnety snaps.
It is one of my favorite type of tote closures because I hate zippered anything, because without fail, I will get something stuck in the zipper. My hair, the fiber, the yarn, a cat, take your pick. Something will get stuck in the zipper. My own clothes. Diana can tell you. I'm, what, 8 years older than you or something?
Sure.
I left the Manitoba Fibre Festival one year and couldn't do up my coat.
Oh
Diana had to
yeah.
help me do up my coat because, like, the fully grown adult 30-something-year-old that I am couldn't manage the zipper on my coat. I am not a zipper
I
fan.
remember that.
I'm not a zipper fan. Zippers are my doors. They're just to give me grief. I think I called my mom one week sometime this winter and said, that's it, I'm never leaving the apartment again. And she said, what do the zippers do? And the zippers on my boots, the little zipper toggle thing, had turned sideways, and it took me 4 days to get it untoggled
Oh man.
inaccurately so I could do my boots up to leave my apartment.
I hate when you get fabric jammed in the zipper and like you're trying to get the zipper unjammed without like tearing the fabric of whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, just irritating.
Yeah.
Total tangent. Guys, I casted on another sweater. So Diana posted a picture, like you do, in the pattern links in the Discord, like we do, of the Stephen West marled sweater. Well, that had two of my very favorite words in there, Stephen West and marled. So we had to know this was going to happen. But I had to make some executive decisions. One of them was, what scrap yarn am I using? And I will show you guys my yarn in a second. What color am I making my cuff colors and hem out of? And I decided to hold the pink raspberry from Mammoth Yarns and the purple from Manjusha Fibers together for this pinkly purple, which looks really
nice.
Good. Super good.
Yes.
But you may notice it's not connected in the round.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen West did a pullover.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I don't wear my pullovers.
True.
I wear cardigans. So I read through the pattern, said, how hard is this to convert into a cardigan? Turns out I'm actually going to do more work to make it fit my body than I have to do to make it a cardigan.
Cool. Cool.
Well, for the love of Pete. Okay, cool. So now that I've done my collar, I need to double check to make sure I've got the right placement written out in my notes for the shoulder placing, because obviously you want your shoulders right for the increases. And I'm going to double check that before I start working on my shoulders for the yoke. But in theory, I'm going to make some progress this week on a gartered cardigan, which is technically the gartered marled sweater from Stephen West. Super excited about it. It's on one of these super long cords from the Diana, which is going to prove really helpful when we get to like the body and I get under the sleeves, because then I can literally try this on because the cord's long enough. I'm going to be able to put it on.
I'm going to be so jealous
it's going to be so good
when you can do that, because I super can't.
It's also,
I do not have 60-inch cords.
That's fair. This was also, I needed these fives to get gauge. So I have gauge on a 5mm. Everybody else is probably working on a 4mm. That's fine. That's normal. I usually have to go up a whole millimeter size to get gauge. The needles are Chow Goose because I have been forcing a change over to Chow Gu needles as my whole needle collection, because those are the needles I prefer. I've dropped the bag on the floor. Super good. I am a creature of grace and beauty. And that's the story we're sticking to.
Yep.
So here are those 2 skeins of raspberry. They're from different dye lots, so they're different colors, which I don't care. They were never meant to be next to each other in a sweater or anything anyway, so it's fine. And then I've got 2 skeins of the purple chaos from Manjusha. So I get 2 purples.
Nice.
Now, because you're holding fingering double for this sweater, for Mott, I made sure to have enough yarn to make my size before adjustments, which means I will have enough yarn after adjustments. To help you guys out with this, when I do the yoke of a sweater, I don't do short row shaping and I don't do setup rows, because you'll get like a chunk of setup rows. And I leave them out because I am desperate to get that yoke as short as possible on my row gauge count, because I only need 8 inches max from collar
Right.
to underarm. And at my size measurements, your yoke is 9 or 10 inches. So I am desperate to take at least an inch or more out of my yoke patterned pieces.
Right.
Because that's the only place I'm short, like the super awkward place, that's where I'm short, right? Yeah. So I need to do that. So I will have saved yarn in there to add to the fact that I need a 20 to 22 inch sleeve length, depending on where the shoulder starts. And I need a 20 inch to 22 inch body before hem, guys. These are before hems and cuffs.
Right.
It's before the ribbing. So I'm going to hold one of the pink skeins and one of the purple skeins back so that I can do neckband, a hem, collars, like cuff collars, and neckband, cuffs, and hem on the bottom because I've already done the collar. And those 2 skeins should do that for me fine. But it meant that I needed other skeins. So I went stash diving. So I've got some blues and whites and stuff that I don't know where they come from anymore. Had them for so
Proper
long.
stash.
Proper stash. So old, I don't know. They're not even full skeins. This is what stash diving is, guys. And then I have some skeined yarn that I have never even cracked that I'm putting into this. All told, I need like 8 skeins of 400 yards of skein. And skeins vary. So if I'm still a little short at the end, this is in purples and blues and pinks. I have minis. I will just go grab a mini.
Yeah.
And throw it in there. So I'm not worried. So I've got another Manjusha Fiber Arts. This one doesn't have a colorway name on it that I've been able to find. So I don't know, but there is that guy right there. Again, nice, moody, deep. Not a huge ton of difference, very subtle, always good, because some of the stuff is not subtle, guys. Some of the stuff is not subtle. And I have another Mammoth Yarns in her, oh man, now that I've looked. The last 3 colorways are Prairie Crocuses from Mammoth Yarns. Totally fell out of my head.
Just talking about them, but sure.
Just talking about it totally fell out of my head. Again, a nice sort of deep, moody kind of purple shade, right? So super good, given that everything else is in purples and pinks and blues, right? And then I said, okay, we need some splashes of color. It can't be a Stephen West shawl or garment without some bold color choices. Sorry if you guys are picking up the people walking past the apartment and talking. So I went to the Bird Sock Club colorway yard.
As you do.
As you do, pilfered a couple. Guys, sock clubs, so handy for more than just socks. I grabbed a Eastern Blackbird, which is June of last year. I can take the ball band off because I'm literally winding this yarn tonight. The only reason I didn't wind it before is because 8 cakes is just awkward.
It's a little excessive.
A little awkward, but now I'm at the point where I'm going to be doing yoke increases and changing colors randomly. So I'm like, no, it's time. It's time. So here's the Eastern Blackbird. So now we're getting pops of yellow in there. And lighter shades of blues and greens and stuff, right? So now we're getting a little more color representation going on. We're still technically in the same kind of color family. Out of the last, I already took the mini out and threw the minis in the mini bag. So if I need minis, I'll go grab some. And then my last skein is rose-breasted gristle rock, gristle hook, gristle beak. Starts with a G. Starts with a G. But now we've got little tiny pops of red, more yellows to go with those pinks. I do love that one. To go with those pinks. So I've got a good variety of the rainbow going on in there.
Nice.
Very excited. So I do have some scanning to do tonight, or making cakes tonight, which is totally fine. And then I'm going to continue on with the pattern after double checking everything. What I did realize is because I like to have a little, just a touch of color coherency, just a smidge, just a
Mm-hmm.
little smidge. That once I've passed the yoke, I'm going to have to take my remaining colors and split them in half, so that I use half in the body, but still have half of whatever I have left over to use in the sleeves.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to end up going down the body and then doing this, and because I need to, gets complicated. Next month, I need to pick up the 8-bit sweater as my sweater challenge check-in for Louise. Like, super advanced warning, guys, I'm picking that one because there's 3 5mm needles in that sweater.
And
I
you maybe want some of
need
those back?
2 of those so that I can work on the yoke on the garter marled sweater when I get to that stage, so that I can do a color section or 2 in the body, and then I can do a color section or 2 in the sleeves, so that my sleeves and my body, while they won't be identically matched stripes, they'll have the same vibe of stripe going on.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
to me is important, because that's something that bothers me. If you're not going to match, you're not going to match. It's fine, be in the same color family. But because I'm messing around a bit in color families, I want my pops of yellow to be roughly in the same places on the body as they are on the sleeves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I may change my mind and say, dear Lord, no. But the sleeves on
Far too much effort.
And just do the body and then worry about the sleeves later. I may honestly do that, guys. So I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to try for a little color coherency, just a touch.
It's a Stephen West, so you say yes, don't stress.
Say yes, figure it out as I go. It'll be fine. Are we ready for the absolute mind-boggling blower of all proportions? I've made a project page. I said it was mind-blowing.
Oh man, that one's got to come with a warning. Oh, it's a good thing I wasn't drinking.
I warned you. Well, I checked to make sure you weren't drinking before I said it. And I did it as a place to keep notes, so that way if there's other people out there who want to make it a cardigan, they can look at the project and they can look at the notes that I'll talk, because I'm obviously not going to discuss pattern details because it's a paid for pattern. But I will discuss the 2 things I do to flip it so that it's a cardigan for me, so that if they want to do it, they have somebody else who's already done it first.
Right.
Yeah. So that is why I did that, because that's a pretty serious alteration to a pattern. Take it from pullover to cardigan without steeking it. I would steek it, but guys, it's garter. Why wouldn't I just knit it flat?
That does make more sense.
If we were talking knitting in the round and it was a regular knitting, like when I do the rosette pullover, which I'm going to make a cardigan, I'm steeking it because that makes more sense at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for a gartered pullover, I'm just going to knit it flat.
Yeah. Well, that'll make the garter easier too.
It will. And because I've noticed when I did the swatch flat and when I did my swatch in the round, I don't really have any huge tension variations going on. That's fine. It means I can do the sleeves in the round as per pattern, but I can just knit the body flat. So that's what I'm going to do. Silly, but there we have it. That is my last project, which is probably also your last project.
It is indeed, since I am the instigator of this.
It all started with a post on Discord, people.
Yeah, I was scrolling through the social media and I saw it and I went, I need it. So I'm doing it.
Did you see that scrap busting boho 60s throw purse bag thing I threw up in the pattern links?
Yes, I did.
I feel like
it seems happen. It's very you.
It's gonna happen to me too this year, I suspect. Okay, cool. At least it's meant to use scraps.
So I knit myself a swatch. I actually swatched, which turned out to be a good thing because I went down a solid 0.5 millimeter needle size to get the same gauge.
Swatching is important.
Yeah. I kind of guessed that was going to be the thing. So, okay, there's a whole story to why I swatched with 0.5 millimeter smaller.
Yes.
The pattern calls for
the round?
No, but my gauge is like the same.
Okay.
I know from 10 years of experience says that I have remarkably even tension no matter what I'm doing.
Which is good because like not everybody does, but I know I do. So it's good that you know that you do too.
So this is, the sweater's in the round, the swatch is in the flat, and it's close enough. What was I saying? Okay, so the pattern called for a 4.5 mil needle for the body.
Yeah.
And I couldn't for the life of me find 4.5 mil needle.
I gave you a bunch of needles.
I know, but they're all 4s
4.
and 5s and 6s.
Yeah, because that's normally what I
not a
work
4.5.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are my 4.5 mil needles? Because I have 2 interchangeable sets. Like, where are they? One set is in my Ursina, and the other set is in my maple leaf shawl.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
I gotta finish one of those.
You need more needles.
That's what that means. Yes, you're right. That is what that means. So since I couldn't find a 4.5 mil, I'm like, I'll just swatch with the smaller needle, because I know that Stephen West has like looser gauge than I do. Just from watching his videos, his gauge is much looser than mine. So I swatched with the 0.5 millimeter smaller needle, and it's perfect. It's like within like a 1/16 of a stitch.
Oh yeah, you're golden.
Yeah. So I'm doing this on a 4 mil. And then I wanted to see how all my colors would play together. So I have grays and pinks and purples. So this is the gray, pink, purple, the sweater I would have loved when I was like 13. I don't know. I don't know. I don't actually know if I'm going to wear this when I'm done, but I'm really excited to knit it. So
you're so weird.
Yeah, I know. So then I'm like, okay, but I need to like, because he's got a contrasting, I think he did like a blue collar on his like orange and yellow sweater, and I'm like, I like that look. Yeah. But the opposite to purple and pink is like green yellow, and that does not look good next to my face. No. Unfortunately. So I'm not doing that. I landed on instead just holding both ends of my speckly gray here. So it's a gray with pink and purple speckle. Yeah. And I'm just holding those together. Well, so I will have a gray, pink, purple speckle, mostly gray collar, cuffs, hems.
Yeah, that'll work just fine.
Yeah. So I have, about 1/2 inch. It's coming along. It's getting there. It's getting there.
I knew if I put that ribbing down, I would never finish it. So I made myself stick to that ribbing until I was finished.
And then these are my, and then these are my, so this is on 3.5s right now for the smaller size for the ribbing. And then these are my 4 mils that I'm going to use for the body, whereby this is the longest cord I possess. It is not long enough. I need longer cords.
You need longer cords.
I need longer cords. It's the longest free cord that I possessed. I might have a longer cord somewhere, but I'm honestly not sure. That might just be the longest cord that I have. So this is a skein that I got ages ago from Cloud9 Fiberworks, because it was pretty. Yeah. And then I have also in here, I'm going to do this roughly in an order that makes sense. I have 2 minis from Cloud9 Fiberworks. They didn't have names or ball bands. I think they were one-off dye experiments that she gave me for my birthday a couple years ago. So this is great. It's the accidental Cloud9 Fiberworks sweater. Yep. That's not that. Then I have this skein of like a berry red pink color. Yeah. I believe it's called Berry Smoothie. And that was a gift. Yes, Berry Smoothie merino sock yarn from Adventures in Yarncraft. I believe that was a gift in my advent calendar this past year. I'm
the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, I also am the wrong person to ask, and it was my advent calendar.
You would be the right person to ask.
No, I'm the wrong person to ask. Anyway, so there's Berry Smoothie. I also have, this one's definitely from an advent calendar. This is 50 grams of purple with like, if you look at it super duper closely, there's like little pink bits, but mostly it's purple. Okay. This is a rougher feeling wool. I don't know what kind of wool it is, but
It's got a little bit of tooth.
it's pretty. It's got a little tooth to it, yeah. And then a similar texture is this gray that I used in my my sister's favorite things last year. Yeah, so this is the remainder of that gray. And we know that goes great with purple and pink.
Yes, we do.
So that's in there. And then I had this little ball of, get out of here. I have this little ball of pink. I think it's actually alpaca, but whatever. So this is going in here too because it's close enough to this berry smoothie.
Sure. Do you have enough yardage?
That's all I have picked out and caked right now. If I need more, it's not like I lack for purple skeins and minis.
No.
I'm not concerned. Okay. This might be enough. And if it is not, I am not worried. Like, I think I have a mini that is more of this or something very, very similar. I have many purple minis. I have many purple skeins. There are options. There are options.
Yeah, because I know for like the 47-inch chest, it was like 3,000 yards was the estimate.
Yeah, well, he also said that like this is excessive just to make sure that you have enough.
Yeah, so like I made sure I was sitting at the 3,000 yard marker just so that I didn't have to stress about it.
I don't know how many yards are in most of these, so I'm just like,
works out to about
I have more if I need more.
About 800 grams of figuring weight yarn, roughly.
I don't even know.
I think.
I didn't look that closely at yardage requirements. I'm not going to run out of yarn. If I need more yarn, I have more yarn. There is much more yarn. There are at least 2 or 3 more skeins that I took a picture of, like I was going to use them and then decided that I wasn't going to use them, at least not right away. So they're not even caked. They went back on the shelf. If I do need them, I can cake them.
True story.
So yeah. So that's where that's at. Which is to say, not very far.
That's fine.
Oh, I do have the ball band for the speckle. It is holly.
Ooh, lovely.
You know, for a fact, the minis never had one. And then the purple, this one is in Swedish, I think. Telespin. Simrigarn. I don't know. It's from Telespin.
Sure.
It's got a picture of a goat on it, so maybe it's goat.
Might be goat.
Might be goat. Anyway, there's 50 grams of that. And that's all I know about the yarn. The rest of it is mysterious. Mysterious stash yarn.
That's fine. Sometimes it's the best project.
Yeah. So yeah. And all my yarns work nicely together. Then I'm excited about it. Beautiful. It's gonna be nice. I think some parts of it might end up being like touch thinner than some other parts, but you know what? That's fine.
You'll also have washing and blocking, which will even a lot of things out.
Yeah, well, I washed this one and very, very lightly blocked it, so it's, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it will be just fine.
I think it'll be delightful, and I think you'll end up wearing it more than you think you're going to.
It's very squishy.
Yes, because it's squishy. Yeah. I think you're going to end up wearing it more often than you think you're going to.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, all of these can go back in. This bag is not big enough. I was just trying to contain. I was just trying to contain for. It's not containing appropriately, but it's containing mostly. Anyway, this is the space bag that Asa sent me.
Okay.
It contains the extra stuff. It doesn't contain the stuff I'm currently working on. It does not contain, oops, as I punched the microphone, there we go. It does not contain this, but it contains everything else. I don't know. I'm trying.
You are. It's an interesting
balance. I tried.
Oh,
anyway, that is all the things.
That is all the things.
That's all the things.
Yep, that's everything. Do you know what that means?
It's time for the unscripted Patreon ad where there's a mystery word that I have to work into the ad.
Would you like your mystery?
I have no idea where this is going to go in, so Here we go. If for some reason you would like to support financially these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. All levels of support get you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, enabling each other into too many things, so many things, so much enabling. It's a jubilation. Yeah, that's a word, jubilation. But that wasn't the word. It is Jubilee. -1 point for me. I don't know if there's points now.
I don't recall saying there was points.
It's a jubilee of enablement.
Celebration of enablement. Yeah, Jubilee is a celebration. That works.
Sure. It's a jubilee of enablement in the Discord server.
Not as smooth as macaroni, but
no. What else was I saying? You also get early access to bonus content. I'm not trying to think and talk at the same time now. So early access to bonus content. There's weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts where we cook something, usually experimental. We cook or do something experimental and then write a little blog post about it. What else? What else is there? At the higher tiers of support, we have a monthly e-knit-in. We just did ours yesterday or a few days ago as this goes out. The next one of those will be on the date that is currently covered by all of this crochet. Hang on. May the 21st. That's a Saturday at noon Manitoba time. We've also, for everybody, started a quarterly movie watch party that will be occurring on Saturday, May the 14th.
Yep.
I think we're watching Blade. That seems to have won the poll.
I believe so, yes.
I feel like I've forgotten something. I always feel like I've forgotten something and I haven't. Have I forgotten something?
I don't know. I've been laughing at you too hard to pay attention.
I don't know. We have a jubilee of enablement this week.
That's about where I lost it.
It was not good. It was not as good as macaroni. I apologize.
As always, we super understand budgets are real life things. If you cannot financially support us, liking, following, subscribing, and interacting with us on social media is another great way of getting a hold of us. We are running a couple of cows, thankfully, because we put the rules up for the second of the cows. Makes life a lot easier. The podcast immersion cal has been extended to the end of April to give Diana and I the illusion that we could finish our own cal on time and give you guys we're funny and give you guys a little bit of extra time to get your projects done and up and ready to go. Please use the hashtag podcast anniversary 5th edition. Diana has all of the spellings for those in the show notes at northernknitpodcast.com. So as you go through and do those things, that's great. We got that wrapping up. There's prizes. And then we have the Austera call or the spring equinox cal going on right now. So that's going to run until the summer solstice, which is in July, right? Yes.
I think.
I know dates. It's fine.
I don't know. I'm relying on you to know the dates for this one.
It's fine. I could be wrong. Could be June. I get June and July confused all the time. Don't know why, I just do. So that's currently going on. The rules and all of the regulations, as well as the hashtags to use for that, are on the show notes. Again, northernknitspodcast.com. If you aren't entirely sure, based off of what you've read and what the rules are, please feel free to send us a message and ask. We'll let you know if something counts or not. Not a problem. They're pretty loosey-goosey rules. Pretty loosey-goosey.
It probably counts.
It probably counts. So
I think like unicorns and dinosaurs have like just blanket, they're good for everything. So like it's pretty loose.
Unicorns, dinosaurs, and dragons, those are eternal. They count for everything. In my mind anyway. So since it's the cal we're running, that's the vote that counts.
Yeah.
So, that's going on. In theory, we will have prizes for that. I'm not even going to bother sourcing those till next month. I'm busy. I'll start looking into that then. But that's really all we've got going on for cows and stuff right now.
Nice.
For now.
I think we hadn't talked about all of our live things coming up yet.
Oh, do we have live things? Yes, let's talk about live
Yeah,
things.
live things. Our next live is going to be on Sunday, May the 1st at noon Manitoba time, live here on YouTube. Can chat with us while we do a vaguely regular episode, and you just get to see all the bits we normally cut out.
Air quotes.
It's vaguely normal. It's pretty normal, honestly, but
I mean,
you know,
the big change for the live is that this coming monthly live check-in, we're gonna kick off the secret knitting between you and me, the secret knitting races.
yeah, the secret knitting. So the
Yeah.
polls for that are going to go up. What, next week?
Yeah, that'll be the 25th and 26th on Instagram. There'll be an Instagram post, a Facebook post, and a YouTube post that you guys can vote between options A or B for both me and Diana. We'll post on separate days. And the winners from those polls will be the project that we show everybody and then don't show everybody for a month. Like put progress keepers in the whole 9 yards, and then we're racing to see who can either have an FO or have the most progress. It can be different things too. Like it could be knitting for me, it could be crochet for Diana, it could be sewing, it could be cross stitch, like it could be whatever it is we post.
Gonna have some fun rooting through the whip bin.
I know it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. I'm already like, oh, I could do this, but I could do this, but I could do this. So I don't know.
I may have pre-selected some options when I was reading through the bin looking for my needles the other day for the garter marler sweater. I was like looking at things like, oh, do I want to work on this? Or maybe I want to work on this, or like, could be either of these things, but I think spinning is going to be one of the options.
That's a good option. I'm highly tempted to put down some folded fabric and a pattern and make one of the projects a sewing project option, and then make the other one cross stitch or like a craft I don't do as often, especially on here.
Okay.
Spinning, whatever. You've got your new needle stuff, right? Like maybe it's my blanket for my bed, and it's shishinko mending my old quilt. And like sewing a pattern project or something. So like I want to start picking different sorts of crafts that I don't normally talk about on here to sort of bring them in so you guys can see the other stuff that I do. So that may be the road I go, because like I have the secret knitting with Louise, which is literally that following Thursday. So it's like on the 1st of May we're live, and then like on the oh crap, can I do math? No. Quick, what's the Thursday that week?
The Thursday that week is going to be the 5th.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, on the 5th, I have my check-in with Louise, and I already have 3 projects for that currently on the go.
And how do you find time for all the secret knitting in addition to the podcast knitting?
I knit all the time, everywhere. There is no non-knitting. There is no staring at the TV. There is no visiting friends without knitting. There is no nothing without knitting. I talk with my mom, I'm knitting. The only time I am not knitting, I am sleeping. I am in the bathroom for bathroom things, or I'm cooking. Otherwise, I am knitting or crocheting or crafting or video gaming. Those are the only 4 things in my life that take me away from crafting. Video games, sleep, food, bathroom.
Well, you know, you got to find those golden. I was going to say we've got to find those golden walnut. No, you do, and we need to watch and yell when we see something.
I need like 12 more golden walnuts to open up the second farm on Ginger Island, which means I gotta get to the end of the bloody flippin' volcano, which you can't do in one day run, which just cheeses me off. So you know what I gotta do? I'm gonna have to fish for those golden walnuts.
Gross.
Or pan for gold in the river, which may also get me golden walnuts, according to the professional Googler that we call Sherry. Love her. Thank you. Super helpful. If I'm spending 3 hours a day video gaming, I'm not spending any more time in the day looking at Google pages to figure out how to complete things at the video game. Not doing it. So when I'm on, I get them to Google me stuff. When I get frustrated, they go Google and figure it out for me.
I suppose that's another thing. If you're into our Patreon Discord server, Jocelyn's gaming a lot of afternoons these days. Sometimes I'm there too.
Boss is like,
I mean, it's the work day for me.
And so I'm at home, and Sherry's like, I'm at home, and I'm like, I could take a break, so I'll just game for a while. Then like 4 hours go by, and I'm like, where's my afternoon going? Oh, to video game.
Farming
Specifically, guys. Farming. So that's fine. I enjoy the game. It's Stardew Valley, and I like the game a lot. I've had it for years, so it is not a problem. Sometimes I'm playing Stardew Valley while Diana runs around in Fortnite. Makes for odd
Yes.
song combos in each other's ears.
Blah blah blah. Golden walnuts. Ah! Bang 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 bang.
Yeah. Calmly fishing
It's not chill.
while she's
Fortnite is
blowing.
not chill.
I have regrets. I have regrets. And I'm like running around in the mine chopping brick stone up, and I'm like, took the tank on,
Running
didn't
around
ya?
with a chicken, like I have regrets. Bark, 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 bark.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We have peculiar sense of humor and taste. Oh goodness. I didn't realize. Oh, and then I've got the upcoming live this Thursday on the 21st. That's literally tomorrow from the perspective of when this goes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's midweek motivation, like mid-month motivation with Louise. Oh, it's gonna be so good to chat with Louise again. Well, we discovered when we were doing like the February check-ins, because like we had the February check-in, then we had the sweater week challenge, then we had the March check-in. So we talked every week for 4 weeks solid. We just enjoy chatting with each other and spending time with each other. I've never met Louise in real life, guys. It has always been through a screen.
She's lovely. The one time we did what did we do with the Fiber Friends, all four of us?
We did a cast on party.
We did. What were we casting on?
Oh, I think it was around the neck. Oh no, it was sweaters. Was it sweaters?
I legit do not remember.
Neither do I. I would totally do it again. Like, oh, Cheryl Louise, that was a
Yeah,
delight.
yeah, it was really fun.
Oh, it was so good.
That might have been the sweaters.
It might have been the sweaters.
Might have been the sweaters.
Because we were all doing sweaters.
That might have been when I was casting on the Steinkrieger.
Might have been the sweaters. So that was delight. I would totally do that again. That was so much fun. When we're honest, you and I like cast on parties. We probably do a cast on party with any podcast. You get the emails. Jocelyn, we're doing a cast on party. We're there. Let me book Diana.
Let's do it.
Oh, no, it was good fun. So no, we decided we liked chatting with each other, and we missed seeing each other. Waiting the whole month was, that was weird. So now we talk every other week, which works out for you guys.
More content.
So this month we're going to talk about spinning and possibly customizing sweater patterns to fit you, like how we customize garments to fit our body shapes. A couple of really good questions have popped up about that, and I was like, well, those are both things we could sort of do. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
Benefit being, with everybody in chat, you can crowdsource answers from a lot of people in chat at the same time, which is the best part.
I love that so much. There's like 20 people in chat answering your questions.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
It's so good.
So good.
20 people.
Well, is that it for lives? I think that's it for lives.
Yeah, that's the things. Okay, books.
Now we can talk books. Wonderful. Which is good, because I want to put in another cut, because I want to put the sleeve on to see where I'm at.
Okay.
All the cuts today.
Okay.
Are we ready to talk books?
Let's talk books. You have many books.
I always have many books. That's not true. Sometimes I don't have any books at all. I do have books because we have reached a tome topple, which means, of course, all of my holds at the library are coming up as available now.
I'm struggling with that for like months. I put all the book club books on my holds list, and then they all come up on the same week, and I'm like, no, I don't need you for like another month. Go away.
Yeah. It's a thing. Yeah, I got the notification just before we started recording. It's Celery Justice is now available, and I grabbed it because I've been waiting.
Yes, read it.
Many weeks for it. So I've got that, and I got another one that popped up too. That's book 2 of a series. So book 1's still on hold and hasn't moved at all in progression. So it's still like 11 weeks till I get it. So I got to decide if I'm going to buy book 1 on Audible, and I probably will. So that's fine, whatever. Guys, it's tome topple is going on. So obviously I had to finish Master of Jin, which I totally did because I had very little left. I thoroughly enjoyed the book. Very good. I look forward to the next book by the author P. something Clark.
Jelly, I think DJELI.
P. Jelly Clark. Peter Jelly Clark. Beautiful, cozy murder mystery.
It's great. It's
Beautiful, cozy.
It's like
murder mystery.
everything you want in
Oh,
like
so
in a period murder mystery,
just over the
but
top, ridiculous,
in a fantasy world
delightful
with
fun.
magic. It was
It's
great.
urban fantasy.
Yes.
Fantasy. Yeah. So
it was lovely.
Delightful. Very enjoyed. So yeah, super glad you recommended for me to read it.
It's a good one. My book club for that is this Tuesday, I think. So I'm really
so
excited to talk to other people about it.
Oh, such a good book. So that's fine. And then When He Was Wicked, which is the last book in the Juliet Quinn series of the Bridgertons that I've been awaiting to do a reread of, finally came up Thursday. Tome Topple started on Friday. So I just blew through that book real fast. Started and finished it in about 24 hours.
Oof, so fast.
In and done. So that's finished, and I am officially done my reread of the Bridgertons, which is delightful. I'm very excited I have done that. I will not watch the TV series because I like the characters and I don't want to get irritated at the dumb stuff that they do to make it a TV show.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it. And again, the dumb stuff is changing character bases, not skin color. It's a fantasy Regency romance novel. Make them whatever color you want. It's pretend.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real history. It was never real history. Change the core of the character. Now you've done a disservice to the book, and I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I have started reading The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. It's the first in my Tome Topple to be read pile, or TBR pile for Tome Topple. We'll see how far I get with that. It was supposed to be the book club pick this month for the nerd book club that I'm in here in the city, but they randomly changed the meet time, so I can't go anymore. So I'm still going to finish reading The Three Musketeers because I enjoy historical classical fiction. It's a genre of book I like reading because they structure things very different than it's structured now. So it's an active listening prospect for me. Like, if you're going to give me a female protagonist that doesn't know what's going on, it needs to have things explained to her, it has to get rescued, and the guys are good looking, and there's a problem to be solved, but magically she's special somehow. Yeah, whatever. Those are a dime a dozen. I really don't pay that much attention to it anymore. There's Anita Blake's. There's that Three Mages in the Margarita series that we're reading. Take a pick. They're all over the place. That's fine. Classical literature is very different from what we read mostly today, and I enjoy that hardcore split in what's going on. Probably why I also I'm starting to read a lot more fiction from novelists who don't come from North America, just to give myself a varied perspective on books and stuff. So it's a thing. So in this case, Three Musketeers, great, wonderful, but it is not a 21st century action adventure book, and it is not.
All right. I was listening to a little bit more of Kith and Kin, which is the prequel for Vex and Vax of Vox Machina. Why do they name everything like that? Okay, brief aside, did you see the oh my gosh, the honest trailer for Vox Machina?
No.
Okay, it's mildly amusing, and Matt Mercer makes an appearance, and it's it's fun. But they're doing like the sarcastic honest trailer of Vox Machina, and it's like they have this little montage of Vax, Vax, Vox, Vex, Vox, Vax. It's like, wait, what is going on here?
Yeah, Voxalia, Vaxeldan.
So, anyway,
really shortened, it's Vex and Vax.
Yep.
Yeah. It's hard to keep them, which makes sense given they're playing twin characters, but it's annoying.
Yeah, and then the group is Vox Machina.
Machina?
Anyway.
What's a Vox Machina?
I have no idea why the group is even called that, because doesn't that mean like machine voice of the machine?
I have no idea.
Anyway, Kith and Kin is the prequel backstory of Vex and Vax. It's a delightful, easy Dungeons and Dragons romp. There are monsters. There's mysteries. There's missions. It's nice and easy. And I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
I loved Kith and Kin. It was a really good book.
Then my hold on A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the third book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, came up. So then that took all my attention. Because I needed to know. Book 2 left on a cliffhanger.
Serious cliffhanger.
Like it was very much a to be continued, and I'm like, but I need to know now. I could not know now then, but I can know now, and I'm knowing now, and I want to know more now.
Good.
I want to know where it's going.
Good.
I want good things for the good people and bad things for the bad people.
Yep.
And maybe there's even a twist in there where the bad people aren't so bad after all.
You'll find out.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, book 1 was like, it was fine. Book 2, much better. Book 3, at least on par with book 2 so far. Yeah. So I'm real excited about that. I will probably finish it this week, to be honest.
It's hard not to with Sarah J. Maas novels. They are very catchy. They're very wrap you up and go, and then you're like, and I'm out of book.
Very, very page turner. There's stuff happening, and you need to know.
Yeah. Her other series, Throne of Glass, that one's a complete one. That's a good one too. And then there's the House of Earth and Blood, and now the second book, which is House of Sky and Breath, also very good.
Is that more Fae stuff?
There is Fae in all of her books. They're just on different worlds.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a Throne of Glass is a different world with Fae and magic, and then the Crescent City series is yet another universe with Fae and magic and demi. Yeah.
Okay.
Whole 9 yards. Yep.
So I'm going to be reading more Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah, probably.
I like her stuff.
I like her
style.
Too. Yeah,
It's good. Yep. It's good. I'm into it.
Oh.
I'm into it.
Awesome. I'm very excited. She's an author I enjoy reading a lot, so I'm really bummed for you.
I'm into it. Okay. That's my books.
Wonderful. Well, since it's Easter Sunday and your husband's already been talking to family for a while, because they always call when we're going to record.
Somehow, always, magically. Always. Also, I need a snack. I'm hungry.
Oh, I know. I'm like, there's banana bread in my fridge. I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
It's just, I don't know how they do it. It's like my mom. She always knows when I'm going to the bathroom, and that's what she calls. How do they know? I don't know.